This is Brittany from ABC Today, and we have Kylah and Alyssa here from Texas Roadhouse, and they will talk to you all about restaurant management and their day-to-day life being in their management roles. So I'm going to pass it to you ladies now.
Hi, I'm Kylah. I have been the local store marketer here at the Texas Roadhouse in Cape Girardeau for, I've been in Cape Girardeau for 6.5 years, and I have been a marketer for 7.5 years.
I'm Alyssa. I'm the back house training coordinator. I've been here for about 6 years at Cape Girardeau's location. And I just do all sorts of things in the kitchen.
Awesome. So can you guys provide us, what did your training or education look like prior to entering your roles? Now, can you provide to students, what do you need? Do you just need a high school degree? Do you need some college or trade school training? What does that look like? And what does that also look like for other individuals at your store?
The great thing about Texas Roadhouse is there's really no educational requirements. We really promote based on experience, and we hire based on attitude, during the interview, positivity. We hire in the host stand, starting at 16 years old for essays and hostesses. And then, when you're 18, they can graduate up to serving. And then if they're exceptional servers, we promote them to bartending. Those are the best of our best. As far as my position, marketing, there's no educational requirements necessary. We do also promote from within. We do not hire outside. So the great thing about Texas Roadhouse is our local owner and operator started as a server. Our market partner, who is over the regional, she started as a host. So there's really, the sky is the limit with this company, which is the great thing, and you can work your way up as far as you want to go.
So it's like,
Educational requirements.
in the back, there's not a whole lot. We'll teach you everything you need to know. Having some basic knowledge of fractions and everything is always a big benefit. But that's my whole job, is to teach you everything that you need to know about what we're going to be doing.
Now, how did you guys start with Texas Roadhouse? What was your initial position?
I started as a local store marketer. That is kind of rare. Like I said, we don't really hire from outside, so I am a rare exception. I kind of had some inside connections that kind of knew who I was, and I was able to luck into an interview and get the position. But it just so happened, the luck. I really like the flexibility. We are not open for lunch besides Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. They do. Our CEO started that concept with the mind of giving our employees a better work-life balance. There are some day shifts required, certain positions, but for the most time, it sticks to the evening times, and that consistency our employees really seem to enjoy.
And what about you, Alyssa? What did you start at?
I started as a baker. I did that for a little while. I came in having bakery experience, though, so I got more interested in learning about all the things that are around me, which is how I got into learning, how to broil and how to do cold prep and hot prep. And eventually I wanted to know all about all of those things so I could teach everybody else that.
Yeah. So I know how the restaurant industry can be very busy and crazy certain times of the year, certain times of the day. What is probably the most difficult part of your job? Because I know sometimes it could be maybe late nights or maybe difficult customers. What do you think is the most difficult part about being in the restaurant industry?
My answer is definitely going to differ from Alyssa's based on, obviously our different job requirements. I would say my most difficult part, because I am not here when we're open. I very rarely work when we are open for business. I am here during the days when we're closed. And so my most difficult part, I am, as well as the local store marketer, I am also the office administrator. So I'm responsible for all of the payroll and back office aspect of it. And also I help out in the kitchen. Some days I'm a kitchen manager. So I guess my biggest would just be kind of balancing all of those hats. Maybe there's a few days where I kind of have to roll them all into one. But I would say that's really it. I am blessed on the part of my job where I'm more in the community than in the restaurant. Now, obviously the pandemic has had an unfortunate hold on how often I'm outside of the restaurant, but I do spend, when pre-pandemic times, most of my time in the community versus inside the restaurant.
Awesome.
The hardest part for the kitchen definitely is, it's hard work. It comes really, really fast all at one time. So it's managing not getting overwhelmed and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the more working as one unit makes all that go by a lot faster.
That's awesome. And what are your favorite moments? Like, what makes you say, gosh, I love my job?
Once again, my answer will be very different but mine is my community events. When I go to the schools and I'm able to go around and reward students for meeting reading goals and attendance goals, those things are heartwarming. We do a lot for breast cancer, for veterans. So I get goosebumps now talking about it. So to me, it's the giving back part. I absolutely love going in the community and being able to help, letting Texas Roadhouse be able to help and give back as much as we can, because that is what we're all about as well, as our legendary food and legendary service, of course.
My favorite thing about being in the kitchen is it almost ends up being like a team sport kind of environment. You're all working in your positions, bouncing off of each other. And when you get to the end of the night, you've rocked it out, nothing went wrong, and it's just the best feeling to know that you fed all these people, they all left super happy, and you're proud of yourself.
Yeah. So what would you say to, we have some students who might be, career searching, some who might be just exploring options, but we also have some students who really might just have to start working soon, So what advice do you have for students who want to get up to that maybe next level, so like that management level, but they have a few steps that they have to do in between? I know for Texas Roadhouse, you mentioned on how people start as sometimes a host or a server, and then they go to a bartender. And I know it's different for every franchise, not to bring others in, but every, restaurant franchise is different. But what advice do you have for those students who want to jump in, and find those management roles, but they have to start somewhere else first?
Attitude is everything. Be somebody that people want to work with, because like Alyssa has mentioned, it is a team. You're not one individual going in. It is a team. So be somebody that others want to work with. Be kind, be hardworking. And honestly, I can say attitude is everything. Experience isn't needed. Like she said, you can be taught everything you need to know, but we can't teach your can-do attitude or your positivity. So my biggest advice is attitude is absolutely everything, and it will get you as far as you want to go.
It's like there's a dual dynamic. So if there's people that are just looking for some part-time work, we have those kind of things available. But you can also come in at an entry-level position and, work your way up to the next step, like, Kylah said, going from host to server, and really seeing people that have the care and concern, going out of their way to just do that little extra thing that someone may need. Those are the qualities that, we look for when you're looking for managers and people to move up like that, people you can rely on and work really well with.
Yeah. Now, are there any certifications that people need before working for you guys, or is that like all taught and you guys go through that once employment starts?
That is actually all done through us. So certification depends on your position. Obviously, if you are a server or a bartender, liquor certification is a huge thing. We provide you all of that, all of the training and certifications that you need. When you kind of get into the kitchen and you get into upper management, there are some serve safe classes and certificates, but we pay for and handle all of that. So there's nothing that is needed prior.
And it's the same in the kitchen. There's some things that we'll have you sign off on when you get hired, but that's just normal stuff. If you need help, like with the fractions or anything for your position, I'm here to do all that kind of stuff. So, we can get you everything you need right here.
Okay. Now, I know a lot of things have transitioned to utilizing technology for applications and employment. So not just saying that all of our students are staying within this region, but how would your potential employees go and maybe apply or find out about open positions, not just at the Cape Girardeau location, but wherever they end up? Can you provide me some insight on that?
Yeah, at texasroadhouse.com, we'll list available positions at all locations. And then if someone is interested in applying, we are right there with that, all online, staying virtual. So the website is apply.texasroadhouse.com. We do have a hiring manager. They go through those applications once a week. We recommend, if someone is interested, once they put their application in, give us a call, let us know, give us the heads up. Hey, my name is so-and-so, I just applied for this, I'm really interested. That kind of gives us an extra, hey, this person is very interested in this job. We take, note it, take it down. And that hiring manager then knows to be sure to look at that application first thing when they pull them.
And then after you've been hired, I'll usually be the first person that you see when you come through at orientation, along with Shelby, she's the front of house TC I work with. We'll be there through your whole journey until you're ready to be off on your own.
Awesome. And my last question is, what does a typical day look like? And I know you guys are full-time, that's correct. And I know you have some part-time employees, so that's a little different. But as a full-time employee, what does your typical day look like with maybe, I know, Kylah, you're during the day primarily, and Alyssa, you might have more nights than Kylah does. So can you just give me a brief overview about what it looks like?
Absolutely. So my day, I come in, like I said, I'm here when we're not open, but there's still tons of prep to do to get us open, get us ready to open in the evening. So, I come in, I've got paperwork to do. I always get that done first thing, get out of the office so I can get in the kitchen. We get everything. We have to check the temperatures on every cooler, every freezer, every thing. We have to turn everything on, all fryers, all grills. We have to get salad stations ready. There's a taste and temp we go through, and we have to check everything so we can make sure we actually temp out our salad mix. We temp out our salad dressings to make sure everything. So, my day is getting everything ready for them to start. So I come in, turn everything on, temp everything out, make sure nothing's broke and we don't have to call any repairmen in. And then, when the night manager comes in, that's when I get to go home. Awesome. And they take it from there.
Yeah.
So my days look a little bit different depending on what I'm doing. If I'm managing, it's kind of the same things as what Kylah does. I do like to be in the kitchen quite a bit, so I know what's going on with everybody, if there's anything that we need to be focusing on and everything. So like if we're coming in for opening shifts, most everything will be turned on. You just come in and make sure you've got everything you need for your position and your station. At night it'd be making sure your closers are good before you leave. It just varies, and especially between different positions because you've got different responsibilities.
Absolutely. So I know I said that was my last question, but I'm curious. What is your favorite Texas Roadhouse meal? I'm all for your sirloin with your sweet potato and a nice side salad. That is my go-to. You could put other things in front of me, but I always revert back to that. So what is your go-to meal?
I know it's not a steak, believe it or not. It's not a hand-cut
really?
steak. I am true smothered chicken.
Really?
Yeah, smothered chicken with cheese fries and mashed potatoes. I like my double starches, but if you've never had fries, I swear by the cheese fries.
What about you, Alyssa?
Mine is definitely our herb-crusted chicken. It's a seasoning that we used to use when we had half roaster chickens, but we switched it to just a chicken breast. Mm-hmm. It comes with a lemon that's dipped in sugar and seared. It is so delicious.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think you guys gave me some new recommendations, and I think you gave students recommendations too. Well, I'm a former waitress, and I started doing that when I was 19, and I'll tell you, you learn so much with customer service, being adaptable and flexible in a fast-paced work environment, and I really think students can truly benefit from all that all the knowledge you gave them about your day-to-day life, your jobs, and that you can go into certain positions without having you know, prior training or education to do that. So I think that's really insightful because everyone might just have, oh, this is what you need. So thank you guys for providing all that information.
You're
And
welcome.
be on the lookout. Maybe there's some students who might be coming your way, and, you know, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day.
No problem. Thank you so much for having us.